Welcome to the Heroes Global Championship, you beautiful, beautiful people. That's right, I called you beautiful. Deal with it. My name is Trixie over here. We've got Caldor. You know what else is beautiful, Caldor? Besides yourself?
No?
The games.
I'm a little scared right now.
The games today
they
are beautiful, Caldor. You excited, man?
Yeah, I'm really excited. Today is going to be awesome. Granit Gaming goes up against the Leftovers, and this match is going to be super important, not only for the two teams involved, but also for Fnatic, who are currently rooting for Granit Gaming victory.
That's right. Let's go ahead and check out those standings right now so you can see why exactly Fnatic is currently rooting for Granit Gaming. As the Leftovers and the Granit, incredibly close here. Winner will be able to prepare for the Western Clash. It's going to be Leftovers. Of course, if Granit Gaming is able to win, though, that means Fnatic would make it through, as they are currently sitting right underneath the Leftovers at number 5.
It all comes down to the map score if the teams all tie in the match score, so that's the important part here. And you can see that right here. Fnatic has a +1. Granit Gaming, they don't have a chance. Even if they take a 3-0 here, they would be at a -2. And at the same time, if Leftovers, of course, lose, they would fall to at least a -3. And Fnatic, thanks to the map score, would advance into the 4th spot and therefore qualify for the Western Clash.
All three teams are going to have their eyes on this match here. Let's go ahead and check out the schedule for today. As mentioned, we'll be getting the big one out of the way, as Granit Gaming and Leftovers will be your first match to witness. Afterwards, Team Dingtoss and Team Zealots will be facing off, and later on, North America coming at you.
LFM Esports versus No Tomorrow kicking us off there, and of course then last but not least, Tempo Storm versus Endemic to close out your day.
That'll be a fun one to watch, ending your Saturday. And remember, that means we won't be having any matches tomorrow. The HGC will conclude today, and we won't be seeing you until August 10th for the Western Clash here in California. It's going to be a good one here, as we constantly have Europe and North America facing off each other, and then of course a European victory. It's going to be a good weekend.
Yeah, it's going to be a great weekend. The only question... Okay.
Did you catch that?
Like,
you caught it.
You are going too much No, I caught it already before, but the thing is, like, you are going too much into the fake bias, so I'm just sitting there like, can I chip into? You're taking it away
No,
from
I'm
me.
legit bias. I'm not fake bias.
Okay, like, we're both. It's fine.
Okay, good. Jeez, let's check in with this match here, as we will have the Leftovers taking on Granit Gaming, and their thoughts are ready to be shared with you guys at home.
Our team is pretty confident and we are super motivated to play this week Granit Gaming. Versus them, we will probably try to ban some of their weird cheesy picks, and if we get to play them in a standard versus standard match, we should be able to beat them, since we think we are the better team right now. And if we do well, then we're gonna go to the Western Clash, and there we will get some experience offline as well.
I think Leftovers are pretty strong right now. They made huge improvements. The player who stands out for everyone, I guess, is DAB. He has 2 free heroes, which is very good and then can easily carry the game with. So we gotta watch out for that and put some target bans out for him. Since we both have made some improvements and coming from Crucible teams to now contending the top 4 spots in this season, I think it will be a really tough match for either team and will be a good series.
Now, Leftovers currently fighting for their right to play at the Western Clash, as they are in the position to be able to move there. But if you at home actually want to go to the Western Clash, you can definitely go. Still, tickets available for Friday and Saturday. If you want to pop over, go to playheroes.com/esports/tickets, and you can buy those puppies right away. And you can see Caldor and I there. We'll be there having a great weekend.
And if you go, then make sure to say hi.
Yes.
A lot of people, like, in the past haven't really done that, so we're definitely going to bump into each other at some point.
Don't be nervous. So many people are nervous. Like, I actually will get tweets afterwards, like, hey, I saw you, and it was good seeing you. And I'm like, I didn't just see you. Like, come say hi. Like introduce yourself.
You're there. Why didn't you say hi? Well, you look busy. And
Yeah.
Great.
Because I'm going to be honest with you. I'm introverted. I won't say anything. You got to be the extroverted person in this relationship, or things aren't going to work out. I'm just going to put that out there completely.
Can confirm.
That's right. Let's go to Battleground number 1 here as we prepare for this best of 5 series. The first map that we are going to is Dragon Shire. Granit Gaming with the choice, and Leftovers will have first pick.
Leftovers with the first pick here for sure, and also, let's address that right away. Sonic Le Sub is currently playing for Leftovers here today. Blake Kidney can't make it. He's actually going to be with the teams. He can at least help them in draft, but the problem is, as far as I know, he has to attend some... I'm not quite sure what it is. Like, I think some kind of family responsibility that he has. Fact of the matter is, the internet is not stable enough where he is right now for him to play, but he can still join voice and is therefore able to help the team out with the drafts. But in the player role, it's going to be Sonic Le Beast, who's currently playing for them today. And that's going to be really interesting because it shakes up the dynamic of the team.
Yes, it does.
There's also a couple of players I talked to who say that, at least on the mechanical side, they feel it's even a bit of improvement since they think he is mechanically stronger than Blakidney. But of course, Blakidney brings a lot of other things to the team too. And there's a certain synergy that they all have developed as a 5-man. So by no means is that going to make the job of Granit Gaming any easier.
Yeah, and if you're Granit Gaming, do you enjoy this change? Can you try and focus down the chemistry a little bit? Does the hero pools change for you in bans? Can you focus DAB more? There's a lot of things to consider here.
The one thing that really came to mind for me was that it probably changed the way that you address Maiev in the draft. Because coming into a game against Leftovers, heroes that you are a bit worried about are Tracer on DAB side, you're thinking about his Phoenix, and also you have to think about that Maiev.
Yeah.
Because whenever Blakidney jumped onto Maiev and they played that style, that where Leftovers is the strongest and the most dangerous. But that's definitely one of the heroes where you probably feel, okay, now with Sonic coming in here, that's probably not something that he is practicing as much as Blakidney. So all of a sudden, it would, at least from my perspective, change the draft pattern a little bit where I can address DAB more in the draft than Blakidney with Maiev.
Leftovers not one to play around a bit here, as they ban Valera, something that we've seen in the past for Granit Gaming. There's been some role swaps here and there, but Minecraft is definitely willing to move into the Valera if he gets the opportunity to do so. Also going to be a strong top lane on this battleground, as we actually saw yesterday from Arcaner, who was rotating around and putting a lot of pressure on that top lane. Now, Valera comes in as a ban. Zeratul will be the second ban for Leftovers.
Yeah, and Urel banned out too, and Urel is actually a hero that is getting absolutely insane stats these days. At the beginning, we weren't quite sure where exactly she stands because the sample size wasn't there, but now we have nearly 70 games played on the hero, and she's still sitting at a 62% win rate. That is insanely impressive, and given the sample size, she's by far the most impactful and strongest hero that we currently have in HGC Europe.
The Diablo first pick comes out for Leftovers. Strong pickup for them. Especially when you consider Mopsio loves playing the character.
And let's not forget that we have Tracer open. Tracer
we do.
and Phoenix are both open. In the past, a lot of teams have tried to target, especially DAB in their drafts, and that has not been the case here. Genji gets banned out because he targets the top lane so heavily and influences the 1-versus-1, but it still allows Leftovers to go into a potential Tracer pick later on.
Phoenix, too, also left open with a Diablo. Both options available here for the Leftovers, and I'm expecting that Phoenix to be snapped in right away, even with that Tracer being such a strong pickup. The synergy already is built here with you having Diablo for your first pick. Decker Kane and Muradin will come out for Granit Gaming. These are pretty typical standard meta picks that you're going to see throughout this entire phase.
Now, one thing that I have to point out is that I was very impressed by the way that Granit Gaming was drafting lately. They definitely stepped it up when it came to the drafts, and their entire synergy in games against Team Liquid, to give one example, looked very, very powerful. So with them neither picking Phoenix or Tracer away nor banning them out, this is definitely something where the team said, okay, we looked at what you got and we will counter that. And we talked actually in the past about how Leftovers have a smaller hero pool compared to other teams. They have a very core set of heroes that they rely upon. They played 25 different heroes so far in HGC, whereas other teams, like let's say for example Fnatic, sits at 45.
Maiev banned out. Granit Gaming, despite Blakidney not being here, is not going to deal with that. It is something that Leftovers have built a lot of their wins on the last couple of weeks. I will say with Phoenix being picked up, Granit Gaming is already well equipped to deal with him if they're able to lock him down. Muradin should be able to do that as he's a great contender of putting some damage on Phoenix, but you have that follow-up from Decker Kane from afar where you can hit that scroll ceiling. That huge hitbox is very easy to hit on Phoenix, so they do have tools available to deal with him.
Now, the ban against Maiev still surprises me slightly, given the fact that Blakidney isn't here, but that's them just saying, we believe there are other people who can just take over that role, and we are just afraid of the way that they play around Maiev. So it's one of those better safe than sorry picks. I also would expect that they heard very late that there is actually a change on the side of Leftovers. So they were in a situation where they probably said, okay, we practice this certain style. This is the way that we're looking at it. Let's not risk anything here. Just play it.
Wow.
And here we have Tracer take, and you have all of a sudden Sonic Le Beast with you, and that means that besides Phoenix, you can play Tracer as well. So the both of them are making their way into the draft.
The double whammy coming out for Leftovers. Incredible front line, lots of protection for Phoenix, and then the kill potential of a Tracer being mixed in. Quite a good draft here for Dragonshire. Final pick coming in for Granit Gaming. It's going to be a Chromie to control that bottom lane.
I am still not sold on these Chromies.
I actually am starting to agree with you. I feel like most of it isn't that Chromie players have gotten worse. I feel like opposing teams have gotten better at managing Chromies and never allowing for stacks to connect.
So far, Granit Gaming has played 5 games with Chromie, and they don't have a single win with her. They are 0-5 at the Hero. And if you look across Europe, then Chromie sits at 4 wins and 10 losses. That leaves her at a 29% win rate and makes her by far one of the weakest heroes that we currently have in HGC Europe. Doesn't mean you can't win with her. I mean, of course, if the stars align, they can definitely set this up, and there are a lot of tools that they have where they can try and use that. They can poke with Chromie, they can capitalize on it with Greymane. If you get a good Stormbolt set up, and maybe even Deckard King can get a root in place, then she can definitely burst the target away. But it's still one of those picks where I feel if they would sub in other heroes, they had a more dangerous draft that is probably a bit better able to deal with this. But they believe in that pick, so not going to question that at that point. It's just, it's still interesting to me that they keep doing it even though they haven't found success with it yet.
Yeah, I feel like I'm looking at Chromie here as the one to soften up the opposing team. There are a lot of things available though for Leftovers to handle that softening coming forward, so it'll be on Muradin and Greymane to be effective to get those kills. Let's go ahead and go into game number 1. The fight for the Western Clash here for the Leftovers. Fnatic, currently a fan of Granit Gaming, who is here on the left side.
The Germans with Memecraft on Greymane, Darkmorg currently rocking the Haka. We see Wolfjaw on the support, of course, he's playing Deckard Cain. Raid Boss on Chromie, plays a strong Chromie for sure. And Nanda again on Muradin.
On the right side, in the red. Linked on Malfurion, DAB playing Tracer, Boss on Blaze, Mopsio on Diablo, and Sonic Le Beast subbing in today to play Phoenix.
And as we talked about it before, we had a role swap come in recently. It's roughly 1.5 weeks ago that we saw Nanda and Raid Boss swap their positions in the draft. The Chromie play from Raid Boss was actually really solid when we've seen it in the past, but the team hasn't found success with the hero yet. 0-5 on Chromie, but at the same time also we have to highlight again how Nanda has a really big impact with this Muradin play into the style that Granit Gaming plays here. And this is game number 1. This is a hugely important series for both of these teams. For Leftovers, it's literally the question, do we go to the Western Clash, or are we going to fall short and Fnatic takes over our spot? And for Granit Gaming, it's important to set themselves up for the second part of Phase 2 here with another victory over a direct competitor.
Already a bit of a brawl here in the middle lane, as Granit Gaming will get a few stacks out of there, particularly Muradin and Chromie. 4 stacks in the Stormbolt, 3 for Chromie. No major kill coming in, but you see Leftovers is willing to bring the aggression as Mopsio goes for a straight combo on Chromie. Able to walk away though, thanks to Deckard Cain dropping in that scroll ceiling. And we'll continue to have that brawl, but it looks like Leftovers, they're going to fight for that Western Clash.
And we talked a bit about how the sub of Sonic Le Beast definitely changed the MO a bit on the side of Leftovers. But Sonic Le Beast is a mechanically insanely strong player, and some players, as I said before, that I talked to have made the argument that he might, on the mechanical side, even be better than Bleak Kidney. Now, of course, Bleak Kidney offers a lot more for Leftovers than just his mechanical skills. He has a huge impact in the draft and also in the way that they shot call on the map. And that's something that Sonic cannot take over here. But it definitely shifts the hero pool slightly that Leftovers can now activate. We saw a ban against Maiev from Granit Gaming's side, which I found a bit surprising considering that Bleak Kidney is their Maiev player in most cases. But you can already tell that with Tracer and Phoenix being run now from Leftovers, this is definitely them crediting the way that Sonic plays the game and also the role that he has for E-Punk's Black in the Open Division, which is his standard team.
Yeah, I'm curious if we're going to get any Janus from him today. Are we going to mess up the draft a little bit too much here? Or is he just kind of filling in there and trying to say, hey, you know what? I got you guys. No matter what you need, I'm going to play it out. Automatically, Granit Gaming will set up for a couple of shrines. It's being delivered in terms of defense here in the middle as DAB is putting a lot of pressure there on Nande. Granit Gaming still controls both sides, though, as they are currently running a 2-1-2. And continue to siege away. Raid Boss still working on the stacks right now, only sitting at a total of 3 still, unable to really land those shots. And that's the main issue too. If you can keep an eye on Chromie, you can dodge her Sandblast.
The double setup that we have at the bot lane is very difficult for Leftovers to break through as long as no one rotates in to help out. And now we have the rotation coming, and it might be the end of Wolfjaw actually. He barely gets away from this one, but it showcases how difficult it actually is. for Leftovers to take over the Shrine if it keeps being that 2 versus 2 setup with Phoenix, Malfurion going up against Chromie, Arcane, just simply because of that continuous poke that we see there.
That old man, incredibly tanky. A potential gank setup here in the middle lane, though. Darkmok has a flank available as Grandmane continues to control the top side. If a Stormwall can land on top of Tracer, they can put a little bit of pressure on her, but she always has that recall available. Raid Boss continues to stage away on the bottom lane, but he's starting to get to a point where he's hugging his towers. He's feeling the pressure that Leftovers are putting on him.
Leftovers have identified that the bot lane is really tough for them to win in a 2 versus 2 setup, so they are continuously rotating down, and it's easy for them to do. They can just simply transition over with Tracer, but there's always mobs you to consider on Diablo, and Memecraft is experiencing that firsthand, trying to get away here, and he might be able to escape and barely does so. That was a close call. That was a nice setup from Diablo, and DAB nearly got the kill of that.
I was surprised Sonic LeBeast actually didn't rotate over and attempt to get that kill. Seemed like as soon as he went into the bushes, it kind of gave up on the idea of him being able to get picked off. Memecraft surviving for now. Still 0 kills between our teams. But with him coming to the bottom lane, now Granit Gaming can make a play for the Shrine. Ooh, a Dragon's Eye comes out. Malfurion gets locked down, and Memecraft, with a swipe, will get the kill.
There's a kill, but can he survive? He moves out, but there's Tracer. DAB wants it, goes in, gets the bomb, and that's the... No, it's not the counter kill. He actually survives with a sliver of health, and then in the turnaround, Raid Boss just completely bodies Phoenix with Chromie and secures a second kill for them. And Nanda wants number 3. They're getting the Stormwall in, and down she goes. Tracer dead, a triple kill for Granit Gaming.
Granit Gaming coming out firing here, and if you're a Fnatic fan, you gotta be happy about that. Granit Gaming trying to grab this bottom Shrine. Time trap already set up, and with members respawning, they might have a chance to move over for the Dragon.
That was really well done there.
Yeah.
First of all, they get the kill against Malfurion. And to be honest, with the towers also homing in on Greymane, it really looked like Memecraft would fall here, especially when Tracer started to rotate down. And DAB nearly gets the kill, but the Pulse Bomb just barely doesn't do enough damage. And then the kill against Phoenix through Raid Boss and his Chromie, and even Tracer falling. Great play here by Granit Gaming, and definitely setting themselves ahead by an entire level now.
Sonic LeBeast trying to step up here to control this Shrine. Puts a little bit of damage on top of Wolfjo, but may have to teleport out soon, especially if another Sandblast connects. So far, unable to connect on the damage, but Wolfjo's coming around for a flank.
And talking about connecting Sandblast, Raid Boss is actually doing pretty poorly when it comes to Sandblast stacks. He got the kill earlier with his Dragon's Eye, but he's sitting at only 5 stacks on the Sandblast.
When you have more stacks than your Time Walker's Pursuit, you know you're having a hard time when it comes to that Sandblast. A total of 10 stacks on the Regen Globes coming in, but only 6 connecting here for Granit Gaming when it comes to Sandblast. Big siege in the bottom lane, though, as Granit Gaming has built up a pretty robust push. They have the Night Camps, they have the Giants as well, and they are hoping to get these towers so they can move towards level 10.
And while we're talking about Raid Boss, it's not only important that you get those Sandblast stacks. If you can still connect with the Dragon's Breath, that makes up for a lot of it, and you can still secure these kills. But of course, it would always be nice to add that additional damage to the poke, so that Greymane in particular has an easier time following it up with kills later on. Raid Boss is doing a little bit better right now, connecting quite a few of these, but still he's already behind what we would normally see here. The rotation at the bot lane, a 4-man to claim the Shrine, but at the top you're already having Muradin taking 1-2, and here comes the Haka. They're going from Opsio with the heroic abilities, and they take him down. Another kill secured as Granit Gaming takes the 4-0 lead in kills.
Clean tongue from Darkmok. Granit Gaming now set up to be able to grab this Dragon. DAB and Polyboss can try and delay that as long as they can, but with additional members rotating for Granit Gaming from the bottom side, this should be able to have a Dragon get capped. Sonic LeBeast trying to delay the bottom. Oh, he gets it just in time as Raid Boss has to back away from the initial fight. Leftovers might be buying enough time here to get 10 themselves.
Yeah, but it's going to be a close call. It's Blaze at the top lane who's trying to get it, and he will in time. I'm actually surprised that Muradin didn't rotate in together with Darkmok, but it's definitely just them stalling. DAB rotates towards the top now too, and that's where Blaze is going to have an easy time against Darkmok if Muradin doesn't join that rotation. But as it happens, time was stalled out, and Leftovers was able to deny the Dragon Knight to Granit Gaming.
And they get 10 themselves. Diablo starting to get pretty tanky too, sitting at 90 souls currently. Getting into a spot where he can start to force fights, and so when Diablo and the rest of his composition gets terrifying, with Salvo coming online as well. Diablo still thinking about his level 10 here. Feels like he's got to be a lightning breath though. The slow is always important.
Now, Nanda spec'd, of course, into the Perfect Storm as his level 1 talent, as we discussed earlier at the game started. And by now he has 21 stacks on it, so that's 105 extra damage that we're seeing for burst against any hero that he hits there. Talking about hitting things, Darkmog missing the tongue towards the top, but at the bot lane, it's again the 2 versus 2 setup that we see here between the 2 healers and the range damage. And Raid Boss is once more just pushing Sonic the Beast away, who's continuously losing the shields and playing around the regeneration of them.
I just find it funny that Wolf Joe just steps up and keeps putting auto attacks on top of that Phoenix. Darkmog, in a bit of trouble. Pops his essence. Here comes Nande, jumps forward, Stormbolt into a bunker. DAB's low, but comes forward. Has that Pulse Bomb available, goes in for the combo. Will hit Nande, but with Memecraft coming in there and slashing, he has to back away. Yeah,
it was a really nice fight here, though, for Granit Gaming initially, making sure that they're pushing Leftovers really low in HP, and that forced several heroic abilities to be used. Darkmog again with the attempt to go for Link, but a nice juke on Malfuria inside, make sure that he escapes. Mopsio, again, he might not be as lucky. There's no bunker available right now, and Diablo is attacked and falls. The souls are gone as a Lord of Terror respawns at the Nexus.
And now he is squishy. Granit Gaming goes for a play on the top shrine. They do not have anyone in the bottom, though, so Leftovers continues to buy their time, but Granit Gaming is starting to get a pretty substantial lead. Yeah. About to hit level 13, whereas Leftovers are just about 12. Decker Kane by himself gets silenced, and Leftovers find their own kill.
This is the first time that they actually get the kill here, and that was really well executed. We saw Link moving up, getting the silence in, and that's all that they needed here to get that through. First kill for Leftovers, Granit Gaming with 4 on the map, but they have the lead in experience. We'll grab level 13. Still a bit of a problem for Raid Boss when it comes to stacks in the Sandblast. He's sitting at 15 right now. That's 9 minutes into the game. So definitely struggling on that front. But outside of it, they're still getting these kills.
Still enough to land a combo on a Diablo that has no souls. Only 7 here for Diablo as he's trying to rotate around and be near those minion waves. Nande continues to hold that middle side. I like this 2-1-2 setup has been working out for Granit Gaming so far, as Nande on that Murden should be safe, but also being able to rotate into a lane allows for him to set up those kills. DAB comes over and goes straight for Raid Boss. There is timeout available, so he should be able to negate that. There it is.
That's actually a fantastic tool for him. I mean, DAB is not afraid to really get the damage out there and just spam those bombs out whenever he can and bait those. But yeah, it's super important to have that as a tool for Raid Boss so that he can avoid being taken down by DAB alone with this Tracer. Nanda's still getting those stacks in, and he's nearly sitting at 30 here, missing a Stormbolt now finally. But here comes Mopsio, goes in deep, Curse Bullet comes out, chunking his hit point pool low. Nanda gets forced back and forced into Avatar, but the 2 shrines are under the control of Granit Gaming. So Leftovers have to be careful that a Dragonite isn't captured.
At least the Avatar was used, though. It's one big cooldown down for Granit Gaming. If they can lock down Nande once again, especially in the middle of a jump, they can definitely get the
Diablo.
kill. Mopsio's in trouble. Drag comes out. Same time, you have a little bit of aggression towards Raid Boss in the back with some heals coming in.
DAB
first to fall.
He goes down, stay a while and listen. The salvo comes out, but all of a sudden we're seeing Granit Gaming in recovery mode as they are moving straight towards the fountain. Go for a quick tap and re-engage into the battle. Blaze is starting to rotate top, trying to make sure that he captures one of the shrines, but Nanda wants the kill, and he goes in. The drag comes through, and Diablo goes down. Granit Gaming just taking kill after kill in this game.
Granit Gaming with 2 more, 7-1 kills. Leftovers masters at delaying, though. Again, grab the bottom shrine, grab the top as well, and no dragon will be rewarded here to Granit Gaming, but they are setting up well to be able to move in for it, as they have Dahaka rotating the top already, and with Diablo not here for about another 10 seconds, Granit Gaming may be able to make a power play for that dragon, or at least Mercenary cancel. And they decided to go with the latter here, actually.
They have a 1.5 level lead right now, too. They work towards 16. Like, Tim, they're looking fantastic. Granit Gaming has 7 kills against 1. Even a Stormbolt into the bush, trying to slow that down. The decay is taken. That should easily bring them towards 16, more than that even.
Could grab double forts here. Actually, they just go ahead and go straight to the bottom lane. They do have a night camp there, so they want to make sure they get value out of that, being able to group the entire team together. Have Dahaka come in for rotation.
Yeah, and Dahaka is currently at the top lane, so they get even value there through the experience, but this push down here is frightening. You have already this spell aura that really helps you. The Dragonite is well protected here, and it's tricky for the Leftovers to deal with this now that they're talent down. So they have to think about rotating Blaze back down, but they can't afford to do that because they need to capture the experience in mid and top lane.
The frontline control is beautiful here for Granit Gaming. This was something that Chromie can give you, even when you don't have your stacks. Having that slowing sands right in the middle of the choke makes it hard for that Diablo to come in and force the engage. You're going to need that bunker available or Blaze just to make sure that if it doesn't work out, you do get a saving grace.
They still have the spell aura here. Now also another minion wave pushing in, so the Dragonite can push forward and try and get the keep here. It's still an early Dragonite, only 12 minutes into the game, but the experience is definitely on Granit Gaming's side. They are looking at a 2-level lead now with level 17 taken. Dragonite with a couple of fire breaths here still. Gets baited in a little bit deep. Still mirrored in, so he has an easy time escaping. Went into Dwarf launch too, so that is going to allow Nanda later on to have better escape and better engages. He's sitting at 31 stacks on the Stormbolt. 22 stacks for Raid Boss with the Sand Blast. But good damage coming out from them, and they get the kills. It works out for them here.
Leftovers do save their keep, though, so not in the worst position, and they will be hitting 16 for themselves. Should be able to force some fights soon, especially with Diablos 13 and 16 coming online.
This is definitely where Granit Gaming has to be careful. You know that you are ahead in experience, you nearly took a keep, but you don't really have a measurable advantage on the map yet when it comes to structures, outside of you taking down that bottom fort. So you need to be careful once your opponent hits 16 and try and play to that advantage, maybe get that early level 20 or find another team fight here. For Leftovers, this is the time to fight. This is the time where they are going to look for a comeback, where they can take a kill or two and then get all that underdog experience and start to snowball it forward a bit.
And Granit Gaming knows this, and they have great tools to play around that. Oh my gosh, Nanda's actually going in. There's a Dwarf Toss into the Stormbolt. Will lock down Mopsio. Dahak comes in for the rotation on the right side. He finds a Link all by his lonesome. Darkmon comes around to the left, gets the isolation straight on Mopsio, and they put some damage on him.
And they go straight for him. That's the kill right there. And we had the silence coming through with Malfurion, but that's not going to be enough. Another Stormbolt actually not hitting here. Memecraft goes in deep, but he's not the only one. Podibos comes in from the side, tries to get a kill, but Phoenix falls first. Deckard finally taken down by DAB on his Tracer, but it's still a 2-for-1 trade in favor of Granit Gaming.
It's still a 2-for-1 trade, but good news for Leftovers, they did take out the support. Much harder for you to continue pushing here if you're taking poke damage coming your way. So I don't think we're going to have Granit Gaming go for a full keep here, but with Shrines activating in 20 seconds, they can definitely set themselves up to be able to start moving towards those dragons. They have a Night Camp pushing in the top right that might also get that fort.
Another attack here at the bot lane as they're going for DAB.
He's done.
Memecraft wants it. Does he get it? He
does.
goes in and Tracer goes down. 10 kills against 2. Granit Gaming is on a tear here.
That they are. All the work they've put in this season here really being showcased today here against Leftovers in the big match that Leftovers have to earn a victory in if they want to go to the Western Clash. Granit Gaming takes away their Giants as well, and with no Tracer for 30 seconds, Granit Gaming has all the tools in the field to make plays.
Granit Gaming chose the map, and this is another map where they believed in their ability to get kills and get wins, but so far they played the map 4 times and they lost every single one. That at the top lane feels a little bit bad here for Darkmok. He gets completely body blocked and finally taken out. Yet no chance of getting past there, so good kill for Leftovers. And maybe that ticket back into the game. At least for now, they can deny another Dragon Knight.
Yeah.
But look at that bot lane. Another camp pushing through. And there's no one to deal with it yet. That keep might not fall, but it's definitely going to take damage.
Takes a little bit of damage there. Tracer just now spawns. Granit Gaming is dancing around the top here. And they have a 4v4 because there is no Tracer. Nande pops the Avatar. He has a Stormbolt. Available, able to land that. Memecraft keeping up with the auto attacks while Chromie sieges away.
Keep is gone, by the way.
Oh my gosh, it actually gets taken out.
Yeah, Tracer not enough wave clear to deal with it. Nande goes in again, another Stormbolt connects. Raid Boss missing the follow-up, but here comes the silence, and that's a problem for Muradin once more. Nande moving out, Stormbolt should be ready in another couple of seconds. Tracer is moving in from their side, they're going in, they're getting the kill. Chromie down, Raid Boss dead, and now everyone else is on the run, but DAB is going in for the kills. Memecraft in trouble and survives again.
That parting gift just barely missed out on that damage, or that would have been a kill. But Leftovers get one. No Chromie on the field, so Leftovers buy themselves some time. They can get level 20 now. They're soaking for that 19, pretty close there, but with having 5 on the field, they can rotate together.
And they're trying to take structures. It's the experience they're looking for now. Try and take down not only the minion waves, but eliminate a few structures and gain the experience. Try to take these fountains out too. It's a 5 versus 4, so you can run that for another 25 seconds until Chromie is back. Stack count, 30 on the Sandblast, 41 on the Stormbolts though. So that's a 205 damage now that we have with every single Stormbolt coming in addition.
Starting to really hurt when that Stormbolt connects. Leftovers takes away the Giants. 10
Muradin
seconds Chromie's back.
is nearly out DPSing Chromie at this point. 32,000 against 35,000. Chromie is still slightly ahead. Of course, it's a bit of a different type of damage here, where Chromie, if she lands the entire combo, can secure a kill. She can really follow up, but it's still starting to make a difference.
Being a real issue so far. Looking into her level 20, she actually moved into the Piercing Sands. I think I would have liked to have the Enduro Anomaly actually picked up, especially with so many melees on the opposing team. Also great for trying to control a Tracer that's diving into your back line.
I mean, it could be mean here. It could be saying, like, if you don't hit your Sandblast in the first place, there's nothing you can pierce. But
I mean, there's that too, but I was trying to go for another angle.
I think at this point, we are very likely to see more 5 versus 5 fights. And in that setup, having the pierce is actually really valuable. So, yeah, jokes aside, about the low stacks. We still had Chromie and Raid Force do a lot of work here and get really good kills. It's not only that, especially Tracer has to be careful because the Bronze Talon's on level 4. That actually is a bit of a problem here. We saw that several times when Raid Force was trying to play around the audio attacks whenever Tracer was going in deep.
20 connects for the Leftovers. They have made it to this late game on even footing now in terms of talents as the Storm talents come online. The big thing, as you mentioned, Tracer, is actually that Get Stuff talent getting picked up at level 20. Something now Greymane and Dahaka have to be careful. If that comes out, that's a lot of burst damage.
This is really one of these moments where the massive experience lead that Granit Gaming has is negated. They still took down the bottom keep thanks to the wave that pushed in earlier with the Siege Giant camp, but that's now the main advantage that they have in this game over their opponent.
Leftovers anchoring in the middle lane. Hoping someone from Granit Gaming might rotate a little bit too early. Maybe he can get a pick. Just trying to make sure they don't give away this dragon. Catapults are starting to become an issue in that bottom lane. There's only a couple of them though. So minions will be able to clear that up.
Yeah, they need to be really careful here now. Top lane pressure, Mopsio's taking over the shrine. 2 waiting here in the bushes. Murden moving in again. Checking that out, seeing also what's happening around Boss and Blaze. Another Stormbolt connects, 1 more stack for Nanda. He has Rewind now, so he can easily follow that up with a double whenever he needs to. Maybe against Tracer if the first one is locked in. And their CC chains were strong.
Catapults are starting to put damage on top of the core, going through the shields. The minion wave should spawn soon and start to deal with that. There we go. Might have a little damage go through.
It's still a bit early in the game, so these minions are not too powerful just yet. Talking about powerful, nice Stormbolts coming from Nande again, completely locking them down here as the rest of the team is trying to dive, and Mopsio dives in deep, maybe a bit too deep here even.
The slowing sands are an issue. Leftovers finally get through them. Hellgate gets used. Diablo turns around with the Lightning Breath, puts out some decent damage. Here comes the Salvo, will go on to Darkmok, but only 1 target gets hit, and he's able to burrow most of that damage.
And the core is losing hit points. It's down to 79% here as the catapults keep chunking away. Not going to threaten game here yet, but that is significant amount of pressure that is put onto the core and will maybe allow them in the long run to go for a backdoor attempt even.
44% of damage on that core as it goes down all the way to 56% before Blaze finally cleans it up. Mopsio comes in, finds a Wolf Joe, Twilight Dream, and Leftovers get a kill.
This game is by no means over. Leftovers might be down to 56% on the core, but with the Dragonite in the late game, they can definitely try and get a keep and with another kill, walk towards the core. So these kills that Leftovers are currently finding are absolute money for them. That's amazing. And they're looking for even more here as Mopsio is just moving in again, but good damage coming out from the Cursed Bullet and Raid Force with a follow-up.
They take away the Giants. Bottom shrine is controlled. They need to sneak someone to the top lane. 35 seconds until we have Deca Kane back on the field.
They got the Haka, they got the Global, they can play around the opponent. The map is opened up now, so you have a lot more space to work with him.
That they do. Diablo and Phoenix go to the top lane. They have to respect the Dahaka. Phoenix in 1v1 could get caught out by him, so they want to make sure they have a tank nearby.
And Dangok actually immediately retreating when he sees that there's more heroes coming in, but the Tong connects, and here's the bunker. And actually Nanda might be able to lock him down even more. They're trying to. He should have a Stormbolt ready in just a bit, and we still have also the Rewind, but Mopsio comes in from the side. Phoenix is missing, but it's still a 4 versus 4 in this case. Deckard Kane is not there. Tracer taken down. They go for Diablo. He dies too, and that's not the only one. Boss finds himself in trouble as well. Another triple kill for Granit Gaming, and they're going deep. Nanda just doesn't care. He goes in and he wants the kills.
Next gonna be Phoenix 2, Sonic Beast with a salvo, but Memecraft lives with a few HP left here. Komi finally finds a combo. Diablo gets picked off, and a total of 3 have been deleted. The souls also being reset here for Diablo. Only 2 left for defense, and with a core at 56%, if Granit Gaming is able to grab this dragon, they can go for the killing strike.
Who's gonna stop them? Dehaka's at the top lane grabbing the shrine. Chromie is already in the middle. There's no one that can get there fast enough. They're trying to, but they can't. 51 stacks on Murden's Stormbolt quest, by the way. 51. 255 damage every single time he connects with that. It's one of the reasons why they can follow up with these kills. If you go for a Rewind combo, even ignoring the Thunderclap, that's 500 damage right there with the double Stormbolt.
Nande on the tank roll has been putting on a clinic since he switched there. Says that he feels much more impactful, and it is showing right now. Granit Gaming makes a play for the core. It's already been bruised earlier from the catapults. DAB is alive. Can he help defend this? It looks like it's going to be a no, as Granit Gaming comes out in game number 1, and they shut down the Leftovers as they go up 1-0.
Granit Gaming with a victory and a fantastic game 1. Great play from their end here. Really good setups. First win with Chromie too. But again, Nanda, Darkmorg, Dehaka, and Merlin doing such a fantastic job here throughout the entire game. And look at that damage output that they're seeing for Greymane. 85,000. Those cursed bullets against Diablo, they surely did work. Fantastic first game by Granit Gaming.
Granit Gaming, a stretched Leftovers sin. And I don't know, again, if it's a sub coming in there or things a little bit off here for Leftovers, but it felt like they just were not as compact as they normally are.
Yeah.
Usually being in a position where they can help each other out. You had Mopsio going in for combos. There was no quick follow-up that we normally see from the Leftovers, so things were looking a little bit wonky. Now, with that being said, it is Dragonshire. You are stretched in naturally on that battleground. Maybe a different battleground will be a little bit more sensible here for the Leftovers, but that first loss definitely hurts, especially when you have so much pressure on your shoulders when you're trying to get this victory.
Leftovers and Granit Gaming were both 0-4 on the map. The two of them had no map win up to this point on Dragonshire, and this just changed with Granit Gaming taking the victory here. And it's a map that they chose to play, and they've done that in the past too, where they said, okay, we choose the map, we go into the second pick position, the second ban position, and they feel comfortable there. They always felt that this is a map that they can go to, and so far they haven't found results there yet, but this was an important one. And as we said before, this is about setting yourself up for part 2 of phase 2. You go up against a potentially direct contender, so you want to make sure that you get that victory. But of course, for all the Fnatic fans out there, this is also an important series where they are looking at this first victory and they're saying, all right, this is looking good right now. But it's only map 1, and Leftovers are extremely resilient.
Well, let's keep chugging along here as game number 2 is actually ready to go as the battleground has already been chosen. Where will we be going? Well, Skya Foundry, Leftovers, they take their loss and immediately say, let's go.